I'm sure there are many other things that you would recommend and you would be doing as well. So can you show or can you share some insights on in that?
Yeah, and for me, risk management is, I think it starts with position sizing, right? Not being too exposed. I think if you're having trouble sleeping at night, you're probably too big, right? And then also identifying where you're wrong before you get in. Because once there's money on the line, once you have risk on the table, your emotions start shooting higher. It's perfectly normal. Very, very, very natural. But when your emotions are elevated, you don't make good decisions. You can't think rationally. You're thinking emotionally. So in order to overcome that, because the reason people lose money has nothing to do with the Federal Reserve or the TV. The reason they lose money is because of themselves, right? It's your own fault. You have to own it. So, and it's because when there's money involved, we get crazy. So in order to eliminate the crazy out of the equation, if you predetermine where you're going to be out before you get in, you take your craziness out of the equation. So, and not like 5% arbitrary trailing stops or 10% arbitrary trading stops. That's a terrible idea. You want to identify what the market would need to do to prove your thesis invalid. So if I'm buying a stock at 100 and there's resistance at 95 for like a year and we're above 95, the trade is I only want to be long if we're above 95. So if we break below 95, I'm wrong. I have to move on to another trade, which is fine, right? That's fine. We know that. So now when it breaks below 95, I know what to do. I get out of the trade. I had already made a plan and I stick to that plan. Now, what if we hold above 95 and it goes up like I think it is, and I have a target of 130 because of Fibonacci extension or whatever? When it gets to 130, I know what to do. I'm going to sell it because that was my plan, right? So you want to have a plan before you enter the trade. What does the market need to do to prove you wrong? And where do you think it goes where you're going to take profits? Those levels need to be identified before you get in. So then that's where position sizing comes in. So you don't just have random position sizing. You don't just put random stop losses. You identify where the market proves you wrong. And then based on your entry point and what that level is where the market proves you wrong, let's say it's $5 a share. So then if I'm willing to risk 2% of my portfolio on this trade, right? I take the entire value of my portfolio. Let's say it's $1 million. 2% of that is $20,000. So I take $20,000 divided by that $5 a share, and that's how many shares I need to buy to be able to express that thesis in the market based on my specific parameters and time horizon and overall objectives. Maybe you're willing to risk 5% of your portfolio, and on $1 million, that's $50,000. And you divide $50,000 by $5 a share, and that's how many shares you should own. Me personally, I don't like risking more than 2%. Maybe you want to risk 10%. Maybe you only want to risk 1%. So the math is going to be different for all of us. The formula is the same. The formula is the same. The math is different based on how risk averse or risk on you want to be.